They do have some okay lockdown against the Storm, though, right? Like, Sinister Gaze, obviously your 5 that die is pretty quick, and then, you know, if OD puts you under, you're going to get arrowed. But you do have the ABBA behind you, I assume, most of the time.
Well, you're a high intelligence hero that can jump on the OD and threaten him, and I think that's really important.
You just need that.
Yeah.
What do you reckon Ramses is going to play, right? Well, Omni's out. Abba's been taken by the opponents. Do you want to put him back on the Legion? He had a rough game 1 with it, but it is that hero that is going to be able to offer that sort of save and that catch for heroes like the Storm.
I don't like Legion. Versus,
You want
like,
him to
the
go
heroes
somewhere
like
else.
ABBA, Kunkka, I think it's real tough. Because, right, you get dueled, boats on top of you, shields on top of you, even a Nyx stun on top of you.
And you bang on. Centaur it is.
I mean, it does mean you don't have a save, though, for your OD. That very concerned for. Because you know he's going to get stunned off of Spike Carapace. So this is going to have to be an OD that picks up an early BKB.
Very early. Yeah. It's weird, because on EG, you have, like, these very weird semi-saves, right? You can, Frost Shield, but as you always talk about, it's not really a save. You want to play aggressive in lane, Centaur ulti, even Mirana ulti, but no, just if he gets stunned, he's stunned.
Yeah. One thing about the opening from IG, especially because they're so often running it JT Kunkka, their damage is like very low, which I think is something that the OD also takes advantage. Yes, they're tanky, and OD likes to be able to just bang on these heroes and build up that intelligence, but the fact that they're low damage, I think, is really helpful. OD has a save for himself against the Kunkka boat, so that just means even less damage to worry about.
Okay, and we're getting to these last bands. Juggernaut goes away. Obviously, Jug-Lich combo, we kind of talked about it before this. Win the lanes, win the game seems to be a pretty big storyline in this series.
Yeah, I'm just looking for any of the more aggressive safe lane carries.
Obviously, the Void and the Jug, the biggest ones, they're both going to get taken away. That means, I mean, both teams, right? Yeah, both teams need their hard carry. That's very rare. You see both teams go to the end for their one hero.
And there's not going to be a ton of options left. There's Bristleback has been doing okay. I just don't think it can fit into either lineup, right? Because it's not a hero that's good versus Storm, and it's not a hero that's good versus OD. There's Bloodseeker, but I don't think you... Like, I think it's good with OD, but I don't think it's good versus Storm.
Dude, it's funny. That Bloodseeker hero, so popular in the group stage and just disappeared in the main stage here. Like, almost picked every game. Like, first pick, too. And now it's just like, you know, as the meta goes, it changes. And 30 seconds left. EG. Last pick for both teams. You either get top 3 here or you don't. Simple as that. OD Pixel, you're the carry player on this panel. What looks good? What paired with the Lich looks good? And then on the other side, what paired with an ABBA looks good? Are there any that just stand out?
As Cap said, I want to see something that works with the Frost Shield. You know, that you're able to get aggressive with. And okay, Cap was bound. Bristol.
You can definitely get aggressive with that hero. Yeah. But it is a different type of carry. It's not just a straight up carry hero. It is this like mid game. You can't kill me. I'm just gonna run at you.
Yeah, and it's not a hero that provides you a stun, and it's not a hero like it. I personally don't like playing against Nyx Assassin, but that's more of an annoyance. Yeah, it's definitely like very focused on like just being able to have a frontlining sort of hero.
When I looked over,
I just don't think there was a whole lot of options.
Yeah.
I don't feel good about a whole lot of anything for either side.
You do need damage right here with this IG pick, right? As you said, Kunkka not the best damage in this off-lane role. Storm, you need a lot of items to do some damage.
Yeah,
and once BKBs come out,
you need a good old right clicker here for sure.
And someone who's good against Bristle. Is there someone like that? Hero that gets break, possibly. Obviously, you have the Nyx Assassin, but
it's a little different because I would, there are some heroes that you would pick against off-lane Bristle, but it's different when he's safe lane, where you know you don't have that laning phase matchup, and then by the time you meet each other, he's going to have his like phase boots, bracers, and maybe built into that first like armor or stat item.
You know, I like Arc Warden, but I don't think IG plays it.
I don't know if they do they?
I do not. I actually really. I was thinking about it for EG. Then I'm like, against Nyx, Storm, you can't really. But for IG, I feel like it's really good. But
is it?
I think it's kind of problematic against Centaur. But
is it anything to sort of worry about?
Lycan?
You think that you pick Bristle into a Nyx Assassin?
Oh my!
Monkey King was one of the heroes that I was kind of tossing up as the matchup because I like it in the laning phase a lot.
We've been tying win lanes.
But you're not necessarily matched up against each other, so maybe they're going to do one of those aggro lanes again.
Okay.
But either way, you're going to get against a melee core, right? Like you're gonna get against someone that you can punch.
And it is a fly hero. That is something that I really feel strongly about. Like this, I feel like this carry looks excellent when he's on his heroes, and I don't think he looks as good on others. So that is a fly hero, 100%. It fits into the style that they've been playing with him. I don't think they played it this tournament, but they've played it before. Maybe it was in the minor, maybe it was even before that.
Hello.
And I did want to say, like, they picked that final pick Bristle, right? Into a game where there's a Nyx Assassin. You have that break hit. Is that an oversight, or do they just not care about the break from the Vendetta?
I really think that, like, it's just more about having this sort of, like, laning phase, like, strong. Because there was a lot of carries banned away that, like, all the good ones were honestly really taken out. Like, Lifestealer and Juggernaut, these sort of heroes were all gone. I really think it's something that needs to work with the Lich, right? It needs to be able to win lanes because we feel like that's very important. And it's just got to be some sort of, like, frontlining, mid-game carry. You can't have the Centaur do it all. You've got to create a lot of space for Abed. It's a hero that invades jungle, right? We've seen a lot of Kunkas play off of jungle. Storm Spirit does it quite early. I don't know. There's lots of little things
that add up
about it.
All right, let me just hear team names. Who do you think's taking it? This is it.
Oh,
Game
no.
3 right now. EG or IG? Go.
I feel awkward about both lineups, but I will stick with EG because I just don't like the opening from IG. I just didn't like the first 3 picks a whole lot.
Oh, and IG, EG now. No explanation.
First two picks.
IG.
Okay. So we have it. I kind of agree. IG's lineup, you bust out this Monkey King. Will it be enough? We're going to toss it over to our casters, Lyrical and Trent.
Thank you so much, host Grant, with the eternal struggle of trying to get the panelists to shut up so we can go watch the game.
He's pulling teeth over there.
He's making it happen.
Give me a name. Pick. He went with IG. I mean, I have to agree on some of the excitement that Grant had, too, with the Monkey King. As we have gotten started here. I love watching this hero. He's a little different. Oh, they got a nice courier for this, too. Is that the Honey Roche?
That is something expensive if I ever seen it.
That's a lovely-looking Roche.
That looks like
here.
Marana's mount that costs like $700 or whatever.
That is indeed the Honey Heist baby Roshan that he's copying.
God.
Wow.
That's terrifying.
That's a nice one. If you guys have one you don't want, feel free to hit me up on Twitter.
How much do you think that costs?
Very into that Roche. Oh, it's like max value. There's like none of them.
Oh, no. Well, that's what these players decide to do. They don't need to live in the real world.
I mean, someone
just
sends them to them. That's a gift.
That's a good point.
It says gift on it, so.
Ooh. Let me see already. A little trade-off there. 2 runes apiece. Fine and dandy. So, Bristleback safe lane. It's a different hero that we haven't seen Arteezy play a whole hell of a lot. And likewise, Fly playing Monkey King that we haven't seen a lot in this tournament. So we're going to get something new this time.
Yeah, Monkey and Bristle have kind of had this storied relationship ever since Monkey launched, just because he's a hero that can really bully these tanky off lanes. And when he came out, that's where Bristle was tending to be played the most, especially with these like Keeper of the Light combos and everything. And Monkey was a hero that was like, yeah, you can actually like trade, and you got some life steal, you can sustain. But Monkey just not that popular anymore, much more common in the mid lane, and now he's into a full tri-lane at the moment as they're looking for a first blood.
Oh, need to be careful. Arrow off the mark, connects onto Abba instead.
Oh, he's got the miscoil.
He does, looking for the deny, possibly not going to get it. Fly, drawing first blood, and keeping that pressure on Fly.
And now a Kunkka and a Nyx Assassin. Not a lot of threat versus the Bristle in his face, so Kaka just grabs the wave and starts pointing to the tower for JT as he makes a return appearance on the Kunkka.
And you can see already Arteezy skilling up that level 1 in Goo. It is such a frustrating spell to play against. You just look at it and you end up getting a minus 1.4 armor over and over stacked up.
Stick, yes, my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Gotta get that. I mean, he's got 6 tangos to work with first. But got to get your sticks out. Maybe wasn't sure who's going to be leaning against up here.
That was a dangerous phrase you just uttered. As we get towards that 2-minute mark, was it?
I do what I can.
There you go. And they just rotate on up top there with the Lich, and actually trying to get a little bit aggro on that Nyx Assassin, as Kaka, in a world of trouble, just gets brought down by Arteezy. And there's the tip.
That would be the minus armor stacking up.
Yeah, man. It's the carryover from last game. Fly is ready with it for Kaka after that unfortunate disruptor glimpse.
You got to keep him in the same headspace, right? You want to make sure that he stays nice and down, doesn't have any confidence, and Kaka, a difficult hero to make big plays on, I would say, with the Nyx Assassin. More of a team play, position 4, as he gets the face stun on a Bristle, not that it matters, with no points of Bristle back. But
he might be in trouble here, actually, as they do have
he getting tipped again.
Uh-oh, trying to run away. Arteezy is still chasing.
He's got 8 charges.
Oh, and he stopped for a moment. He wanted to try and cast the sticky, but doesn't end up getting it. So the goo is not on him. They back through the trees.
Fly actually kept chasing him and found him again. Now he's got him blocked in, but Fly doing the math real quick and is like, that's a lot of armor. You know, he's got a stout shield. Probably not going to win this one.
A lot of regen, too. 11.3 with the Tango working. Throws the stun, catches on the Fly. Creeps are hitting, too. Torrent, and not going to die yet. No, he just walks into him. Okay.
Yeah, he was dead.
JT takes it.
No way you're going to out of that one.
Well, interesting stuff. As we see there in the mid lane while we're watching bottom, the CS battle 10-9. And actually 10-10 now on that OD, who's trying to give the business there to the Storm.
Yeah, working him with the Astral, and always threatening, right? Fortunately, the crit's been largely in view as he goes again on the Fly here as he's protected by the shield. So you don't have to worry too much for Emo in terms of the arrow, but, you know, it's game 3. We talked about GGG being on the hero that he likes, or Fly as he's tagged now, on the Monkey King, and then we get the Emo Storm Spirit. I like that they're handing these, big playmaking heroes to 2 of their cores here to try and take this game.
These are the guys that are going to make your money and put them on something that they love.
Make those DBC points.
Pretty sure he was the top MMR in China for a while playing this Monkey King. If I'm not mistaken.
A couple regions had that issue.
True enough. So Abed going to pick up that Arcane Rune and continue to just frustrate Emo here. Not even bothering to last hit creeps.
Crit, the
Dude,
arrow.
He's just going. Emo, where are you going to go, my man? The chase.
He finds the only little spot.
The body blocks, the miscoil. Emo's fine. Emo's good. Emo's out of there.
I actually can't, the one little cliff nook that he's able to slide on into.
Yeah. He does have to walk, or rather walk back out to lane after TPing home. But does not get brought down and killed. Still will probably miss a couple CS underneath the tower as Fly keeps on feeling the harassment from Ramses.
Don't worry, Kaka's on it. He's coming. He's like, oh yeah, free XP. That's my jam. Yeah, Fly's leading a very dangerous life down here. All right, Crit, just go for it. I know you want to. Get these bounties. Oh,
he
Ramses
just stole
too?
that from
Ramses? Oh, jeez.
He's okay.
Close. We need the arrow. Cover me.
Up top, though. Fly going to hit the dust.
Crit throws the arrow. Yes!
And maybe a turnaround.
Oh,
no, the miscoil. He wanted it real bad. Crit chasing. Starstorm, he's got some regen in a second. Almost there. He's going to be able to get the lifesteal off of it now. Oh, Crit, he's got to be careful. Doesn't get hit. He can hit creeps now if he wants to, or Fly can just keep running. Needs to be careful. All right, yeah, Crit's just going to TP away.
No one expects the level 2 miscoil.
Jeez.
Or at least Ramses didn't, it would seem.
Nonetheless, I mean, that was weird because he had skilled at level 1 too, so I don't even know. Just not really thinking that he could have turned around for the kill or had enough life to tank through it. Regardless, JT is going to try and play do-si-do with Arteezy. The trees.
I can't believe JT has lasted. I feel like every time I look up here, he's dancing in the tree line, but just having a pretty great time here on the comp. Maybe some of that is creeps or a neutral. Nope.
Arrow, good tank. Abed is not going to be able to find any follow-up there as they saw the arrow moving in by virtue of that ward placed down on the high ground. And the crit rotation is not going to bear fruit for a second time now. That's 2 arrow rotations by Mirana that have not been able to secure a kill.
Yeah, and Kaka not needed up top, so just helping out in the mid lane. He's getting the catapult last hit. And just soaking what Emo can't get here.
Another round of arrows dodged up there. And Spike Carapace, Kaka trying to live, chase down, coming, it's enough.
Oh, yeah, he felt the stick wouldn't be enough. He had 9 charges, but decided that that wasn't going to save him.
All right, well, interesting start to this game here for sure. As Emo is going to do the math and then get back home hanging on to that Fairy Fire. Well, level 6 on the Kunkka, but he's probably going to need somebody to rotate if he wants to set up a kill. I mean, this position 5 ABBA just looks really cool from Ollie. Like, saved from a Mirana arrow seems good.
It's where the hero started in terms of coming back into the meta, right? It was just the 5 spam constantly.
Right.
Back when every hero was just like suiciding all the time, ABBA was the best at it. And someone needs, like one of these 2 cores needs to start getting kills, either Ramses or Abed. Like, Crit needs to start securing something.
Gotta be careful though. Showing up, Fly throws the Boundless Strikeout. Ramses is dead, as there was a 3-hero rotation bottom by EG. They don't get a kill, and instead, it's Fly that gets on the board himself.
They're really feeling the pressure, I think, for EG to just like do something. Like, you have OD Mirana. You want to get kills, right? Feels like you should just be getting like 3 or 4 kills before the 10-minute mark. And then even with the Centaur too. It should be another strong lane. Fly should be able to come down, get some sort of a slow, and that should just guarantee the setup. And as you pointed out, the ABBA makes it a little bit annoying, but when he's only like level 1, 2, and 3, you should still be able to get something going for you.
Kaka walking aggressively into Abed's face there. You know, it's interesting though, because it does feel like they're missing out on opportunities, but it's more of that opportunity cost loss as opposed to actually falling behind in the laning stage. Like, there's a little bit of a disparity there as they do see the Stampede come out. Crit is there in the area. Arrow's going to connect, and just as we talk about it, EG find a kill.
That they need, and this time another core rotation down here, not able to save it. So something going back EG's way, as previously, of course, when Emo shows up, they then get the return kill. Now JT is just going to be able to take this lane, and we might see GGG or Fly move somewhere else on the map. Can he go top and deal with Arteezy, though, at this point? 2 points in the Bristleback. Be curious to see what he does. I think he might just come back down bottom. Let's see.
I wonder if JT just changes up his build. Like, he's the 2nd most farmed hero in the game right now and has... Oh, yeah, he's going to be going for drums, it looks like, as he throws out the boat. X-Torrent, connection, and Ramses finds the stun, but a Aphotic Shield immediately means that Fly will get the kill.
So, Fly coming back down here is bad unless they get a kill.
Okay.
Right? Because he could have went, like, because now top's just empty and no one has the TP to rotate here.
Really good. They're moving in. They're taking the Ancient stack. They have another round of the Tidebringer. Just like that, all that farm's taken away from Arteezy.
And Fly had been working on that too.
Oh my God. Really upset. They're going to pop the ultimate now with the very cool graphics. And Arteezy in some trouble. He's going to be X-Torrented back into this one. Can they bring him down though? The full combination coming out. They get the kill onto the Bristleback. And now Abed's also in trouble. The Boundless Strike connection on the boat. Oh, it comes through. It's so sweet and so painful for EG. Oh, God damn, that was pretty from IG.
And they didn't even have that much vision here. They had that one ward by the rune that spotted the arrow, so that made sure that Fly didn't get hit by that, but it's not like they even knew that stack was necessarily there. They might have seen Fly kind of like dancing around and stacking, and of course it is a Bristle, so you expect any good team with Bristle to be always getting those pred for him. But yeah, as you said, that is absolutely brutal. At the very least, they did get another 10-minute stack off now, and it is Dragons, so there will be something recouped there, but that's going to add a lot to the coffers of IG, and now have a 2K lead at 10 minutes.
You look at that combination of heroes up at the top. They're so farmed.
Down bottom, Ramses.
Oh, no. The Stampede, it's not going to be enough. Ramses, oh, the Stomp. All right, Ramses is pretty solid at Dota. But the chase down coming. Looking, pounce, looking for it. Not going to happen.
Good call, Fly. The Frost Shield's there. Could be gaze.
And they do have that catapult now to get some pressure onto the tower, as looks like Arteezy was able to clear out that other stack of Ancients. So some solace here for Evil Geniuses. As JT with the DD moves in, gonna give another punch there to Fly. The long-range Sinister Gaze.
Yeah, that was a bit scary. I mean, that DD, like,
he's coming.
The JD's looking for the cleave.
He is the playmaker this game.
I mean, he's got 4 points tiebreaker. Fly's so scared right now.
This is a terrifying Kunkka performance right now. Oh, he's hoping that Ramses was going to back up, but Ramses not afraid. In the meantime, Emo jumps away from Abed up in the top lane. So where do we stand at this point? Like, how badly does that loss of a stack hurt the Bristleback, do you think?
Very much so, because they missed their opportunity for ganks on the laning stage with the Mirana, and now IG has come out ahead at the 10-minute mark, which means that the Nyx Assassin has friends that he can play with. So he just runs around the map with Vendetta, and he has very high mobility cores and long-range initiation cores, too. in all 3 of his heroes, in the Kunkka, the Storm Spirit, and the Monkey King. So no matter where he is on the map, there should be a core farming nearby, which he can just like tap on the shoulder and be like, hey, would you like to stop hitting neutrals for like 30 seconds? We're going to kill a guy, and then I swear to God, you can go back to hitting neutrals. And that is like music to the ears of core players, because they really don't want to divert too much of their attention away from punching creeps.
Right.
So you got to make sure the kills are as fast as possible. And they have a nice trio for doing that.
Look at this read of the movement right now. EG wanting to make a play themselves as they are Moonlight shadowed, but a smoke up comes from IG. You talk about it, that rotation coming from Kaka and
tapping
JT.
a core. He's like, oh, Kunkka, you want to go? Storm and Monkey, they're punching stuff, but you, my friend, you're the lucky winner.
Wow, Vendetta and 10. But you can see EG really good reading of the map. They know that this was coming. They're backing out, keeping Moran on the other side of the cliffs where that rotation would come from. Although Kaka, he breaks his smoke. Crit still not realizing he's in the area. And suddenly, hello, they're friends. But they're able to back away. Maybe could have found.
If he had gotten that Carapace off there.
That would have been big, and not able to find it. Now instead, it's an arrow. Oh, have IG gone a bit too far themselves? Storm Spirit shows up, trying to zip around, seeing if he can find a kill. Fly, they've already used the Stampede stun there onto 1, but Fly gets that ultimate off and now trying to get out of there is the rest of Evil Geniuses. Arteezy kind of separated from the rest of his team, but he's a big bad Bristle. He's hard to kill off. They're all separated onto different targets right now, and it looks like they'll get the Ollie kill
in
exchange for the Lich, but he's not even going to go down himself.
All right.
They don't lose anything.
I think IG went on, like, 4 different targets as that fight started, and somehow they managed to get a kill, and the only loss is a denied position 4, so you'll take it. Should have gone better, I would say. It was like kind of awkward timing because the Vendetta wasn't used, even though there weren't any sentries down at the time, at least not where he was when it popped. So could have had a good opportunity there. So just getting a single kill and getting out, I think they can be happy with.
And it does come to the tune of a 3,000 gold lead. Kunkka now hitting that 40 damage talent at level 10. And meanwhile, it looks like up top there's a wraparound going on. Arrow not going to connect on Kaka.
Shaving one of those pretty little spikes.
Just going to back to farming. But instead,
I see him hiding in the trees like that. Like, oh yeah, I totally don't have any allies nearby. I'm so scared.
And if he had Vendetta right there, they would have gone in. But yeah, not going to attempt that gank onto Arteezy. Shrine used. And EG again evacuate the area where IG are setting up at. They're doing a good job of not continuing the loss there after that unfortunate series of events near the Ancients. They've been trying to stabilize slightly here. And I like the lineup with the save from OD. There isn't really that, I guess the ABBA is the hard save on the side of IG.
And then the Diffusal Blade's going to be really nice for Fly though. Nearly finished up. When he ults, like, burning some of the mana from the OD, just, like, make him less powerful. Bristle has problems. Centaur can get a little bit annoyed by it, too.
Oh, that's a courier snipe.
Good old Nick Sasson using that ward in behind.
With the one teleport scroll on it.
Value.
Now, in the meantime, Tier 1 tower top gets taken. As Abed beats away at this one. Has a couple of heroes, or at least the Lich behind him.
I mean, if they can get this and get back and defend Tier 1 mid, I'll be pretty impressed. Like, IG have had great vision around this tower for a while now, with the ward in between, with the Nyx getting the courier kill. And they're now closing in. They want the freebie.
Oh, this is scary. That ward has gotten them so much value. JT is behind, cutting that creep wave, starting to build up those stacks of Jingu. Fly. Very aggro. 5 heroes mid right now for IG. Hoping that they're going to be able to keep this Bristle back very, very tanky. The Impale comes out. Meanwhile, the Stampede is there. Seeing if they can bring him down. They do kill off that Bristleback. They lose the Lich. Ramsey's also in super duper deep. They wanted something from the Sanities, but it is not enough. And now they pull back in the OD. Abed is also in trouble. One by one, they're going down. EG, they just can't find it. And the chase. Oh, Ramsey's got greedy. He headed over. They find the Impale and the kill. IG looking good in this game at number 3, wanting a top 3 finish at the very least at this major.
Yeah, I think Kat pointed out earlier how, like, Stampede, it feels like a save, and you think it's going to be safe, but stuns are a thing. And he's stuck in the middle of Monkey King ulti. He's just getting chain stunned, and they Stampede, and Stampede just ends up feeding Ramses because he just kind of runs in and tries to stomp, and he's like, well, my Bristle's already dead. And, well, now I'm almost dead, and then he ends up dying directly after anyway.
Tough stuff in that last fight as we take a second look at it here. And you can see, again, you just feel like you should be strong on this Bristle.
Yeah, only 3 points there as they just chain them right down. I mean, what can you do, right? They don't really have that super scary OD yet. Back in the real time here. Oh, that's an X.
Give him a hug on his way back in. Crit. Gonna arrow a creep for good measure. Take what you can get. But bottom lane, they find another. Ramses, he doesn't have an answer. He's just dead as well. Emo on a killing spree. This man has been making it happen.
Well, IG have their vengeance on EG after their previous series versus each other. 2 series, I believe, already throughout this tournament. And now they meet again. IG looking to finally take the victory.
JT has been looking very good on this Kunkka. Already has that drums completed. And now trying to go towards the halberd, I believe. Has it coming out on the courier.
What's great here is that, like, with the lead that you have at this point in the game, it's not like you start falling off. I'm not suddenly scared about any of these heroes on the side of EG. Like, it feels, with this lead at this point, that going to the late game, things still feel favored to me for IG unless there's, like, a bunch of disastrous fights.
They're just going to X that Ramses Centaur. Walking within sentry range for a moment there was the bristleback, the sentry ward placed down in the river. And you can see that this whole area kind of lit up a little bit by EG, but IG not too afraid to head up on the high ground.
Bristleback's a hero that's like, you're 1,000 gold ahead of the next highest hero and you feel kind of even. Or like 2,000 gold ahead, you know? And then you can dominate and can control the game. Playing from behind as Bristleback is just this terrible feeling.
And even when you do get into that BKB on him, oh my god, IG just run uphill. Bristle's right there.
Abba, he's just scouting.
They've got the Impale. Arrow, though, connects now onto the Kunkka. This could be kind of okay. The OD going to save him for a moment. Hop and Stampede not really going in at the moment with the big balance strike. Comes through onto 2. The crit is out as well from the Kunkka. The big old hit from the Tidebringer, but Emo low on mana. There's a huge ulti, but it's not quite enough. They're all so low. Ramses, he just wants to get in for a little bit more damage. Oh, they're almost dead. Possibly a chance for a turnaround here as JT actually X's himself. Did the double tap, not what you usually see there. As the chase is coming, Torrent goes out, not going to connect, still crit, playing around with him here. And Ollie over in the area.
Does Ollie get the deny or does he die?
We'll see, I think he's getting the deny here.
One tower hot hit and boop.
Done and dusted.
Yeah, there you go.
So that fight looked a little bit better, and you can see if they manage to get maybe a little bit more damage off that Sanities, things could look different.
It was so close. Like, just like one more. He got pretty greedy. Like, he had to be greedy because he knows they're so far behind. Abed playing that fight pretty much as well as he could have in their situation. And JT making a cheeky move up top there with the X to get the rune away from Fly.
You start thinking about, you know, if you manage to start building up some of those int items on OD, if you can make it last longer into this game, things could start looking different. But the other danger is the Storm Spirit, who has been able to have everything he wants, and now a regen rune on top of it. Diffusal Blade used on the crit.
They've got Arteezy mid again.
Oh, pull him back in.
Classic. No detection on the cores. The Moonlight Shadow's a freebie. And they would need quite a bit more damage anyway, so they might have just been looking to force rotation.
Arrow. Break the tower. Okay. They got him. Can they kill him, though? That's a whole different question. With Abed moving in, it looks like the answer is yes. Fly tries to dodge, but it's not going to happen. A nice kill there for EG. That's what they needed.
These are hard pickoffs to get. And he's very low on gold. Okay, so he bought out his Ogre Club and is on his way towards the BKB. Already has Diffusal and Echo. I mean, look at this trio of Radiant heroes. 9779, 9741. Like, these guys are just so close to the top of the net worth chart.
They're incredibly farmed, and it's super hard to deal with now as the X comes out onto the Bristleback yet again. Arrow effects on the Catapult as he does have backup, so feeling a little bit more confident in his survivability. But jungle gets farmed out. Radiant taking over it.
Yeah, not a lot of threat without Abed nearby.
But Abed definitely feels like the real damage dealer this game.
Yeah, with his Veil and just trying to jump that big ulti down. They don't have a pipe builder or anything either for like all this Veil amp damage. With our Kunkka going for the more aggressive build to start with the drums and then the halberd. I guess it's still defensive, but you know, different kind of defensive.
All right, smoke up before BKBs. Ramsey showing in the mid lane. They're gonna wrap. It looks like
anyone else
into the jungle.
Even the Bristle, I think, is more beneficial. At least he's worth committing for.
They have an idea. Dyer realized that this could be happening, but they were a little bit late on the scan.
The Nyx isn't smoked, so he's walking under Ob's sentry combos.
Monkey King spots him, but they will not connect. So EG able to dodge away from this gank and get some farm on the other heroes while this is happening. You can see Storm Spirit. I'm sure Emo would have been more than happy to dive with that newly minted Orchid ready to go.
And like any good Storm player, I'm sure he's starting to think to his teammates, you know, telling them some stuff like, hey guys, when can we Rosh? That would be really cool. Because that's when you really try and cement your advantage as a Storm player, especially if you're going to buy the Blitz.
Nyx there, shown on map to get a couple last hits. Going for the Ags after the Yules and Urn. He is very farmed. As they jump in and find Abed. Oh, it's the worst hero for EG that they could have found.
And that's the, I think the first Orchid kill, I want to say.
Yeah. Wow, huge pickoff.
Rams is getting some sick revenge here.
Get over here.
Will they even get the kills? Oh yeah, Fly's here.
Come hang out with me for a second. Some body blocks go in there. Ollie gonna look for the deny. Doesn't happen.
Not even close. Double edge to secure.
Ramsey's sick of your shenanigans.
Oof, but yeah, Abed going down like that, real rough. I was worried about the Orchid pickup because it kind of felt like it was going to stall their momentum since Abed was getting so close to the BKB, but he caught him before it's going to get finished up here. And now, in the grave for that whole duration, he's going to come back out. You can imagine if he gets picked off again by this Monkey or this Storm, selling that BKB is like after the next Roche fight.
Stomp connects now. They've got the Nyx Assassin. They arrow him afterwards. Going to be able to find that kill onto Kaka. Ramses picks that one up as well.
All right, come on, bro. That's not the place to go as Nyx. We all know that's no good these days. Like if there's one spot on the map where there's gonna be 7 sentries,
right?
It's that area. But of course, you know he's ahead. They've been passing through there freely, so it was bound to happen eventually.
I mean, you look at this; it's a 9,000 gold lead, but it isn't really feeling like it's that indomitable force that you've got from IG. It still feels like EG have ways to kind of take fights.
Are IG gonna go to a bounty? Gotta hurry up, guys. Oh, they're waiting for the BKB, that's why.
Okay.
So Abed really needs to get out of here because his team thinks they're coming top. They're also smoked. Crit's trying to pop smoke. Now they're pinging like, yo, Abed, you got to get out of there, dude.
Yeah.
They are coming.
Pings, pings, pings. The wraparound heading back to his tier 2 tower. Is he heading over there? God. They have an inkling.
He's
they got an idea. Oh, God, he got to run away. 4-step the X. They pull him back in, and there is no savior.
Dude, you know. Like, you're playing to pop a smoke. You don't have BKB. You're just going to die.
They punish very, very hard. And now EG going to need to play for some more time. See if they can get into the BKB for the OD.
I just so don't, like, you have to play safe right now on this guy. You need BKB. Don't do that. Like, come on. Your team's pinging you. They're all smoked up at the other bounty.
This is that moment in the game when IG are just feeling super duper strong, and any little mistake like that just leads open to another jump. And I mean, I guess the bigger thing too is that it's a longer period of time where they really can't fight. They still need 1,200 gold on the OD.
Yeah, but here comes Fly's sick D ward. Thank you, Abed, for giving your life for this ward kill.
I get it. Silver linings. That's what we got to find here. The EG roster. But for IG, it's nothing but smiles. As Kaka moves in. And the easy impale. Follow up with the ulti from Fly. They get the punch with that Spike Carapace as well. Arrow does connect. Okay. They can't really do anything afterwards.
Yeah, no one's coming through. They really shouldn't try and commit until the BKB's done.
Yeah.
Abed gets just like a tiny bit of time, and he farms so fast still.
Right.
But here it is, and this is exactly the problem, is that he gets picked up again by the Orchid, the BKB's not out until the Roche, after the Roche fight, and now it's like, doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Like, now it's so hard to win this next fight. All because of those 2 pickoffs, especially the second pickoff.
So Roshan's going to go down with the 10K gold lead, a collection of items that are in the IG inventories. They are feeling ready to clean up the rest of these Tier 2 towers and really just put a grip on this game, not let go. See what EG can do to try and turn this back around. But right now they have the BKB on the Bristleback, almost level 18. Also getting closer there.
I'm gonna give you a number.
Tell me it.
It's 30.
What's 30?
That's how many BKB seconds the rating team are going to have the second IG once Emo finishes BKB in just a second.
Okay.
Because everyone's BKB is super fresh. And what? What?
A little bit of a miss, a little bit
What?
of a whiff. Crit
Wow,
gets away.
I actually don't know how that didn't hit.
Oh no. He walks back in. Abed though looking for the save. Okay. They got him out. Now hitting from the high ground. Fly. Have they put themselves in a little bit of a testy position? They have the stomp that's out there as well. Bristleback has his BKB if he wants to pop it. Hasn't yet, but they already dropped down to JT, and now the chase. They're looking for the follow-up. Is there going to be enough? JT not going to be able to get the TP away.
Coming.
Fly, seeing what they can do. Emo already taking crit down low, but they have that save for the moment. The Orchid Burn is going to find that kill onto Storm. The Impale comes out afterwards. Now the chase forward, trying to kill off Abed again, but can they do it? Abed in some trouble. The big old mana burn comes through, and they find that kill as well. Orchid now onto this Bristleback. They've already lost a couple of cores. They might lose a few more. Aegis is down. This fight isn't looking absolutely terrible right now for EG. Can they actually turn this? Ramses, he does get brought down at the last second, trying to turn their back, seeing if they can live through it. The BKB is out from Emo, dodging away and getting this damage reduction each and every time.
Even
but
the
break
at the end.
comes out at the very last moment.
Totally unnecessary, but I loved it anyway.
They did end up losing the Monkey King and the Kunkka. That was maybe a little bit better than I expected.
Yes, not as good as you would hope for an Aegis fight, I would say. Part of it is that Emo wasn't there when the fight first broke out. He had to, he was all the way back base getting that BKB. They needed a TP to the shrine. They needed to walk, and they needed to spend like 80% of his mana pool zipping to get the first kill on Crit, who instantly bought back. So a lot of his first life was like kind of wasted, considering Crit just instantly gets back in the fight because it's right next to a tier 2.
And in spite being down 12k gold, the position 4s are actually looking somewhat equal in terms of farm. And because this Nyx Assassin has tried to invest into this Aghanims, which is about to be completed, it does mean that Crit has been able to have a lot more effective items in these fights. The Urn, now trying to finish off these Guardian Greaves. He's only about 400 gold away.
Yeah, and once he has those, Emo can't like completely solo kill him, at least not instantly anymore. I mean, he can Orchid him, then it gets purged, and he could still maybe chain him down, but assuming he has leaps, he should be fine.
And just the overall team fight aura that it provides for the rest of his squad, it's kind of a nice little piece of the puzzle.
It's very good versus Muncie.
I do find Ramses yet again, and will be able to kill him off.
Oh man, JT almost next off. I mean, he's got the BKB, but could have at least forced it.
And now finding more. 2 BKBs popped a piece, and Emo not going to be able to find that kill onto Abed.
All right, well, I guess slightly a waste for him as well. He didn't really mind popping because he had the Arcane Rune. Oh, now an Invis to boot.
30-minute mark, as we see a 13,000 gold lead. And with no more Aegis, IG are still feeling confident enough to try and go for this push onto the tier 2 tower. Sanity's Eclipse is back up level 3, not quite at that level 20 where you get the multiplier on Abed.
That could be the big thing to turn this around. Again, it's going to depend basically on the BKBs. Like, he's going to have to wait out BKBs versus Storm, Monkey, and Kunkka, which is extremely difficult because they have a lot of burst opportunities here if you're the guy being targeted down.
Absolutely.
Feels like you're all just going to pop BKBs at once, and then it's just going to be this struggle to, like, get off your ulti before just getting hit by the Nyx or something.
And, you know, there are some interesting things that go in with it. Like, normally you say, all right, well, it's not going to matter to Storm because, you know, he has high int. But the reality is just burning 30% of the mana is kind of nifty. It's a nice way to do it. Speaking of mana, Storm is somewhat low right now, as it does look like there is a fight a-brewing as EG head down bottom, grouped up. It looks like the OD is going to pass by a ward,
JT has TP. Is he waiting? Will he come out? Will he torrent?
I mean,
all right, here we go. The crit's going to have the angle. Oh, he went north. Didn't
Okay.
go south.
Well, they're initiating onto Abed. He's saved for the moment. Emo very low on mana. The stun comes down onto 2. The follow-up, they have it. It's burned through almost all of his mana. He does get that BKB out though. Now the chase coming, Fly. They've already burned the Sane's Eclipse. Do they have enough to burn through Fly afterwards? They're going to TP away from Abed, and that kind of ends the rest of the fight. But he's coming back from the shrine. Can they delay long enough for this OD to get back into it? Fly pulls him back in. Sinister Gaze. This follow-up torrent is going to connect onto 2. Ollie pops his ulti as well as EG still living through this. The jump forward, finding it now. The stun, it's not going to connect as the BKB was there from Fly. The follow-up is coming in just a moment. If they can get there in time from Abed, Emo down such low HP, but the miscoil comes out, and that's going to keep him alive. And just like that, they're going to lose Ramses, lose Arteezy.
How does he get away with it again?
My God.
Emo 2 fights in a row, or well, I guess the same fight, but 2 times in a row he escapes with just a couple hundred HP. And you can look at that damage from the Monkey King. I mean, that fight just centered around the ulti for so long, and Fly just having a fantastic game, 9-3-12. It's not quite as zippy zappy as the Storm, but he's just standing strong in his ultimate, and he wants to increase the number of monkeys across the map with his Aghanim Scepter, just nearly complete. Once he pushes out a couple of these waves, he's going to have it.
He does show on that wave with the rest of his team down bottom, but obviously without the Bristle and the Centaur, this fight is really tough to take.
Yeah, they're just waiting for the next Roche. They're just going to push out waves, probably control the top jungle area, get those things going, you know, Roche it up. We have another minute and a half until that's possible. Ping from the Knicks saying, yo guys, I would like to play here now. This is Dota 2.
Aghanims for that monkey with the now 19,000 gold lead into the favor of IG.
Oh, I see the value in the that sweet item now because these monkeys all look awesome. All right.
That is pretty cool.
Value in the Arcana. And that staff too, frankly. Man, monkey has some sweet items.
Another smoke up. It is going to break now, Ramses. They realize now Fly's in the area. Do they dare? Tempting fate. Emo. That's pretty far in there with relatively low mana yet again. But after the smoke breaks and they can't find an opening, looks like EG are going to back out. It's a Shiva's Guard done also on this Kunkka. So he really is not all that concerned about the OD, and he has a
I really like his
queued
next item. Yeah, that's probably where this game is going, right?
And Pale, arrow, going to connect onto the Nyx Assassin, but the stun comes through now onto Abed. He's disarmed after the BKB. He can't even punch anybody.
Wow.
But they do manage to force out the Monkey King ultimate.
Yeah, Fly really caring about his support there. Oh, he hit him?
Arrow? There's no way. There's no way. Nah, they can't get it.
Yeah, no, they can't. But, you know, it's a morale builder.
There you go. If you can laugh, that's good.
All right, Roche, what you got for us? 3 seconds away. Ollie's like, guys, what if it spawned on the first second? Oh, my God, it is very fast. Only 21 seconds.
All right, all right. Well, definitely.
Oh, that scan clip anyone? Oh, yeah, it hits Emo.
But then they walk out.
All right, so.
You know, it's not
They're going to be like, yeah, they checked Roche, guys. Yeah, but they were just 3 seconds shy, as now it appears. And he's going to check. Who's going to check it? Come on, Kaka. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Kaka. Oh.
He didn't go back in.
It's okay. They still want to kill first anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Fly looking like he could be the next on the list. They have the OD save there, though. Realize now that OD's up on the high ground. Emo, very low on mana, but it's going to be a Chain Frost. Bounces a couple times. JT's like, get the hell away from me, Kaka. I don't want you here anymore.
Needs those Bloodstone charges, and Emo going to check the pit, and they're going to find himself a Roche.
Sanity's Eclipse multiplier is online.
Gem online, too. Very helpful for Kaka, as he'll be very survivable with his ultimate. I mean, he's got 2,240 HP, and then that's before he's, of course, into the burrow with the 40% damage reduction.
Right. And all these heroes have relatively decent int now. Even though Abed is going to be going back for that multiplier. Everybody picking up the Aghanim Scepter, getting that Shiva's Guard on the Kunkka. The ways to take these fights feel few and far between.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. 'Cause I mean, they know it's like the only comeback they have.
Yeah.
Is if we just completely neglect ult and he gets this talent and just wipes us. So every little bit you can get helps. Including that Vlad's on Ollie. You know, not the most common position 5 item, but just like more stats for
Emo? Oh! Oh, what? Why? Why? They punched him. They didn't open with the stomp.
He's Aegis, maybe? Maybe they're just like not wanting to fully commit.
Okay. I mean, he stomped afterwards.
I didn't see how it started.
Ah, well, I guess that they thought there was a little bit of miscommunication there between EG, but now they know they're up here on the high ground, and they're just going to jump immediately, trying to save, but the Impale comes out and connects. They're going to burst him down to nothing. Abed buys back, needs to get into this fight. Chain Frost going to bounce not all that many times, and Fly pulling him back up on the high ground, burning through the mana of Emo. He's low HP, but guess what? This guy's going to be coming back in a second. If they're not careful, the Monkey King ultimate is out as well. Just tearing through Abed. They do have the Stampede, need to save that Bristleback for the moment. The disarm comes out. The Boundless Strike going to connect yet again. They need to be careful. The chase forward looking for the follow-up. They drop down the stage cliff, but it's an ultra kill for Fly. A rampage for this big bad Monkey King, and maybe going to be able to give him another one. No, it is stolen away, but nonetheless, IG dominant in this lower bracket, looking to take this game number 3, 8,000 gold swing with the buybacks, and it's still not looking like it's enough.
Could VG get their wish, as PYW asked for on the stage after his victory? I want IG. I want them in the final. Many would say they can't get past EG. They're looking to do it right about now. Many will say they can't get past TNC as well. But that is what we will be finding out tomorrow in the lower bracket final, because that's where these guys are headed.
Unreal. IG able to take it as they have sensed the moment. They took the shot, and they're able to take down Evil Geniuses. EG, of course, looked solid in that game number 2. They looked a hell of a lot better than game number 1. But
I mean, how could you not look like that after that game? That looked like such a fun game of Dota. Everyone's got a fun hero. They are just diving, all-out aggression constantly, throwing up the, some gang signs there. Emo just diving across the entire map, getting to play his way. Helped out there, of course, by Ollie, always able to save them in precarious situations from those arrows. And that was some fine IG Dota as they go in for the handshakes.
And able to get home before 10 o'clock their local time, as they are going to do the handshakes at the end. EG going to be going out 4th place, certainly not what this team would have loved, but you have to take a look at it again from the point of view of a newly formed roster. Of course, there's a lot of the same pieces that are there, but when you add in new core players, when you have new sets of farm priority, it changes the whole dynamic. And for IG, who did a couple of similar little switch-arounds, they are looking good coming into this first major. Minor winners, already top 3.
Yeah, I will be seriously stunned if someone does it again. Of course, it is going to be easier this time without a lot of those top teams, but it's still an impressive feat nonetheless to come out of that minor group and perhaps find a victory at the major. But again, still a long road, still 2 very tough opponents ahead for them. But IG looking like they just might be able to do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as they get a little bit of adoration from the crowd here, well, there in Chengdu, here in LA, we're going to send it back to the panel one last time as we get ready to close out this penultimate day of Dota 2.
Screen?
That is us.
Okay.
I'm the bigger guy.
Okay. Off to you, Grant.
And Invictus Gaming, an absolutely dominating performance. EG, they looked like they could never take a fight that whole game. OD Pixel, Cap.
Hello.
Very, very dominating performance by IG. And I think, game 1, maybe you could be like, EG, they kind of just didn't play very good. Game 3 just felt like IG played amazingly, more so than anything.
Yeah, Evil Geniuses, I don't know, game 1 and 3, they just had no hold on the game whatsoever. Yeah. They just felt completely flat. IG, meanwhile, looked very strong. Yep. I'm surprised this team has had this much momentum through the tournament. Again, like going through the minor, very few teams have managed to make a run through like that, but being able to go this far and be able to go to the very last day, guaranteed top 3, super cool by them to do this.
Yeah, from minor winners to this is a great road from IG, and to be able to sort of do it with these 5th picks as well, they're a lot of fun to see, right? Game 1 coming in with a Zeus, this game bringing out a Monkey King, and the Monkey King, it was brilliant, right? Because you had the situation where whichever way the side lanes were going to go, you were going to get this lane where you're against this melee laner, this melee core hero, that you're able to get the Jingu stacks up and properly threaten. in the laning stage, and sort of from that point onwards in the game, or Fly, he was able to find constant situations where it was almost as if EG were just running into the Monkey King ult.
Oh, God.
So many fights where they were just all in the ult. I mean, I know it looks pretty and shiny. It's like, oh, look at the Monkey King ult. Ooh. It was if it had sort of the same properties as like a Cottle Will-O-Wisp.
The Cottle, get in here!
Everybody into the ult. Yeah, it was great.
No, and even we saw that last Moonlight Shadow gank. It looked like they had a good setup on the Storm. Abed just the right click out of it, just very uncharacteristic mistakes. Maybe not uncharacteristic this series, but a rough one, right? Because maybe you do get a stun, maybe you do lock him down, but IG, they just 5-man up, and we talked about the faster team seems to win a lot of these games, and IG played way faster that game.
So there's that moment with the Moonlight Shadow. That was just sort of an egregious error, but that's a little bit on Ramsey's not finding the stomp sooner. It's also on Abed for right-clicking before anybody else. But I legit think that Evil Geniuses lost the game on the Ancient Stack. When IG went in for the invasion onto the Ancient Stack, and EG just got pissed off or whatever, and we're like, they took our Ancient Stack and just ran at IG, run at this Monkey King. Monkey King pops his ultimate. Our tour is like, he wants to make sure the Monkey King doesn't leave, so he goes to the opposite end of the Monkey King ultimate, but then he's completely isolated from the rest of his team. Now he's stuck. He actually gets X'd, so he gets pulled back into the Monkey King ultimate. Then Abed's like, I'm coming, Artur, and walks halfway into the ultimate, loses over half of his life. He goes down to like a quarter of HP, limps out, and then JT is able to whack him and Ramsey's Centaur for the double kill. That was like a 4,000 gold swing or something like that. Yeah. Like if you combine the concept of EG losing that stack money, right? IG gaining the stack money, them losing heroes, and then the death time and stuff. That's like massive swing. EG legitimately, I think they just lost the game in that one moment because they needed to get to a place where they had this lineup that was tanky enough that they don't die to the Storm Spirit. Yeah. Right? That's like, you don't have the lockdown against the Storm so much, but you're supposed to out-survive him.
And there was the really great combo, right, that was there with the Monkey King ult. Yeah. Having the Astral to keep the Monkey King safe so he can't die during the ult. But there's a problem there, Grant.
What is that?
The OD wasn't on the Monkey King's team.
Oh, God, I didn't watch much of the game then. No, you're right. It was just real rough.
But the combo was great, but they weren't on the same team, Grant.
They weren't.
No.
Did it look like maybe EG just didn't really know how to play in some Monkey King? I'm sure, like, what was it, the last time they did it at TI, and maybe you just kind of forget. That hero is a very weird one, right? Like, we saw Abed try to tank that smoke gank by the tier 2, and he just died because the Monkey King gets vision, and you can't really do anything.
Listen, I don't want to be like an EG apologist here, but I legit think that EG just played like garbage this series.
Yeah.
I think game 1 and 3 was like some of the worst performances I've seen from EG. Like when it comes to just like silly
up,
mistakes.
Friend. Do you want to hear what IG has to say?
I do. I do
then let's hear. Whoa.
好的，那首先恭喜 IG 挺进到我们这个明天的比赛吧。然后第一个想问的问题就是，今天最后一把我们发现 IG 在这个最后一手选人啊，犹豫了特别长的时间，最后是给你拿了大胜。然后你的大胜打得也非常好。那你觉得是，比如说你自己的一个绝活，还是说你们 BP 上压制做得比较好？让我先翻译一下啊。So last game, in the last game, we saw IG take a very long time to pick their last hero, and you decide to go with Monkey King, and it has a really wild performance game. And just want to ask, do you think it's out draft, or do you think you're just really good on that hero?
因为最后一手有的时间比较多，然后考虑打线优的问题，就选一个线上强势的英雄。
那就是。So last game we still have many time left, and we were considering about the landing phase. So we just want to pick a hero that is good at landing. So that's why we go with Monkey King. 下一场比赛的话会这个打到 TNC 的话，最近确实状态发挥都非常好。然后的话 ，VG 之前下午接受采访的时候说，他们希望总决赛对上 IG。你怎么样？你有没有信心
？TNC 很强，加油打吧。
So during the interview with VG, they said they want to fight with IG, and so I asked him, what's your opinion about TNC, and do you have competence to meet VG in the grand final? And Fly said, TNC is a very strong team. I will try my best. 也是感谢芝芝接受我们的采访，我们把剩下的时间回到我们的分析台。
Yeah, good to hear from him. And man, this IG run, they win the minor very convincingly. And now we do have a bracket you can look at, and we can see this run because it has not been easy for them in the upper bracket. They kind of got trashed by EG 2-0, but who cares? You're still in the tournament, and then you look down, a 2-1 close win against Fnatic, a 2-1 super close win against Beast Coast. You handled J-Storm, and then a 2-1, not the closest, obviously. I mean, it is a 2-1, but the 2 games you won were pretty good. But IG's playing a lot of games this tournament. You know, you always ask, is it a hindrance? For them, it seems to be the more games they play, the better they get.
And, you know, I wouldn't put it beyond them to be able to bring down TNC, too, especially with this, like, heavy laning phase focus that they have. I could definitely see them dismantling TNC, especially since I was really disappointed with TNC in their matchup against VG Gaming. It just it felt like there was all this build-up. I've seen so many ideas from TNC, and then when it came to VG Gaming, they just kind of went standard and fell apart real quickly.
Yeah. I mean, Owen, you're the one who says you still like TNC to win this tournament. Well, why do you think they have the edge over IG?
I mean, honestly, after watching that series, seeing IG come in with these fifth picks out of seemingly nowhere, I think that series TNC IG is looking a lot closer than I sort of thought it would be. I mean, obviously at the start of this series, I kind of expected EG to win, so I was sort of expecting TNC versus EG. I think against IG, with the way IG's playing, TNC's going to have a bit more, well, after that series, of course, as well, much more of a challenge than EG would have been able to give TNC, and especially as well listening to, in that interview, hearing them say, you know, that they really do respect TNC. They know, and you have to do that. I think we've seen a lot of teams fail against TNC because they don't really respect TNC in the way that they'll bring out drafts against them. They're sort of trying to do things that the TNC very easily handle. So I don't know anymore tomorrow. I still would favor TNC. Okay. I think overall in terms of reliability, sure they got knocked down, but their overall run has had a little less. Obviously, a lot less bumps compared to the road that IG's been on. But my goodness, if IG can sort of bring out drafts like they did today with these fifth picks that even TNC might not expect, that they sort of have these matchup advantages in the lanes that, again, that they said they really focused on, IG, they could take it all the way and meet the grand finals. But let's say 55-45 still favoring TNC tomorrow in that matchup.
Okay. And it is pretty funny, right? It feels like every series we go in with IG, we kind of have favored the other team, right? And they just keep performing. You know, you just never know. This minor winning team is looking good. Any last words for today?
No, I think IG just looks really good. VG Gaming obviously look like the end game. Like they look like the best team here probably. But IG, as you said, just very crisp, clean play throughout this tournament, and very much looking forward to seeing their series against TNC. And who knows, maybe PYW will get his hope of getting the all-Chinese final, which would be super cool for the first major in China.
Yeah, for the fans,
For the fans to be able to see an all-Chinese final, that would be pretty hype.
Yeah, especially after TI, right, when people were like, China kind of fell off, and then all of a sudden, minor winner into minor top or major top 2 for both. Yeah,
it'd be a beautiful redemption story for sure.
Yeah. And I think sort of to sum up after today for sort of on the topic of EG, I think fans do have to bear in mind, and as we heard in interviews, they didn't get the chance really to boot camp or prepare for this. Obviously, there is that worry, you know, that they're coming forth in an event where there's 4 of the top teams in the world not even competing. So, you know, it's definitely there are worries there for this EG squad. But there is potential. You know, for the bad games they did have, there were some sort of performances that look really, really solid. So
a lot of silly mistakes.
Yeah, it really was.
But because they're silly, you can clean them up, right?
Exactly. Like they're mistakes that you would think that sort of EG as a team and with the people that you know, sort of make up the team outside of the players around them, they're going to be able to look back at the replays and say, you know, this needs to change. Obviously, the same thing. It's going to be a new patch, so who cares? You know, maybe it's all going to change. You know, maybe EG is going to go from being this 4th place team back up to the 3rd place. So maybe they're going to go for the 4th place back down to not even qualifying.
Hey, congrats to them for breaking the 3rd place curse, though.
Yeah, they did it.
Nice job.
That's what
Four's
matters.
a
New
bigger number
roster,
than
new
3.
life.
Now it does, and that does bring us to the end of this day. We only have 1 day left. 3 teams remain, and guess what? They're all from the East. Who will be able to take tomorrow? Is it IG? Is it Vici Gaming? Or is it TNC? Big shout out to everyone, especially you, the fans at home, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.